Right here with the Vincent Delaney Memorial, been a wrap for 2025. Caro Vazquez, I'll go with from Diamond Creek, but also from the Vincent Delaney Memorial joins me. Caro, what a brilliant trip this has been.
Oh, it's been awesome. And now, of course, we have like the best weather we've had the whole week, and it's on the last day when everyone has to get on a bus and go back to a ferry. But it's been a ton of fun.
It is a lot of fun. I think you get asked to go on a tour, and I said this to Michaela. Sometimes you're thinking it's a lot of older people that can't get around. It's not that at all, is it? It's people that love the industry, love horses, love gardens. Like we've been able to see some things that I wouldn't have put on my bucket list to see when I come into Ireland. So it's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I definitely think it's a mixed bag, which is fun. So there is sort of an older crowd, but like then you have people to talk to, but then there is a younger group also. So you definitely get a mixed bag of like different activities you can do and stuff. But it's been a ton of fun. You get to meet so many different people from across the world, which is just amazing. Diamond
Creek have a huge presence, major sponsors, but also have a huge presence here with this. Get behind the right things, don't you?
Yeah, we have different stallions here. We have some frozen stuff. So it's really nice to come over here and see all the Sweet Lou's on the racetrack. And some of them eventually end up in the United States. So it's kind of neat to see the beginning here and kind of, we kind of track them. There was a filly a couple years ago, Louisiana, and she came over. And there's been a couple different ones. They have Oakwood Ardan now. And so it's been kind of fun to see them here as 2-year-olds and kind of track, like, okay, I think this one might be the next one to show up in the U.S. And obviously, anytime Sweet Lou is winning things, we love it. And of course, there's always been Mickey too. He does a great job over here as well.
Yeah, Sweet Pa, I think he'll end up in the States at some point in time. He's a lovely horse. Got magic gaits, and I think that's one thing that's blown me away a bit by it. I wasn't sure what to expect the first year. Like this is the second year. And their gait is so much better. Last year we were at Wolverhampton and you sort of got to appreciate it, but you were a little way away from it. Here you're on it, and I was actually inside it at one stage. It was absolutely awesome, but they're serious horses. Yeah,
for sure. And I have noticed, I think this is my 6th year, and I have definitely noticed, and I said this last night to other people, the progression of the breeding and the racing has much improved since I was here the first couple years. The first couple years, there was always usually a clear favorite, or there was no clear favorite, and it was kind of a mad dash, who just crossed it first. But the last few years, there's been either a clear favorite where, you have that superior breeding and you can see it, or it's been just a little bit more competitive. And so you can definitely see, like, people are taking the time to improve the breed over here and the racing as well. I think that, there's some more purse money and stuff. And I know a lot of people over here are doing this as a second job. It's not their first career, which we're used to in the States. But I think a lot more people are taking it seriously. I know a lot of people are building American connections and other countries. And I think that's helping as well, because they're going over and spending some time in the U.S. with some big trainers there, and they're coming back here, and they're bringing what they learned over here. So 100%, like in the last 6 years at least, you can definitely see like the evolution of the sport over here and how much it's really improved and to become more competitive. And this is why these horses are able to come over to the U.S. and be more competitive on a grand scale. So. And
we want more people to come on this tour. They don't have to come on this tour. I think the Breeders' Crown's in 10 days over here. Get across here and have a look at them and appreciate these guys that are putting on a great show.
I think it's just so much fun. Like. It kind of brings you back, like, working for Diamond Creek is that, sometimes you get stuck in like we have to do this hamster and this wheel. Hamster wheel, that's a good word for it, and you kind of forget like what it's about because you're so focused on like, okay, well, we have to do this next and this next. And so when you come over and you see people, like I said, that were this is not, I want to say a hobby, because it's still a lifestyle and a career for them, but they're working so that they can do this. It kind of takes you to that moment like when you first started, and you're like, it brings you back to like why you're in the sport in the first place. And so it's just so much fun, and the people are so hospitable, and they put on a good show, and everyone's very welcoming and stuff. So like if it is your first time, like you'll meet someone, and then they'll introduce you to 20 more people, and suddenly you're all best friends. And so that's great.
And that's and I've said it to everyone, is you start the tour, you're almost like a heap of colts, just checking each other out. By the end of it, you're all friends. You go to the races. I reckon even on the Friday, a lot of the guys look at you sort of Saturday, they're that embracing. They want people there. They know what's going about. And that's where it is so cool. And it's where the people are so cool.
Yeah, no, it's definitely hilarious, because I was just telling my mom earlier, because I made my mom come, and this is the day like the Facebook requests pop up, and you're like, who are these people? Because it's someone you waved at or you spoke to for 3 seconds, but they're all just because now you're all best friends. And people come up to you, like they'll come up and say, oh, like we love Diamond Creek, or like I was talking to your mom over there, and you're like, I'm not sure who you are, sir, but I'm great. Like,
I'm glad you're in the same boat, because I'm in the same boat. So if I say I don't know who you are, I apologise, but it does happen.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at like faking it, but like they don't care. They come over, they want to have a conversation with you. They're excited that you're there, and I think that's just so much fun. And it's even like my mother's here, and she's not in harness racing, and she had a wonderful time. Everyone was nice to her. They showed her how to bet. They got her involved.
They've corrupted her.
Yeah, she's going home with less money than she had. But so it's like even the people, like even if you have someone that maybe isn't into the horse racing, like I still encourage it, because it's not just like you're not just like here for just the racing. There's so many aspects of it. Just the camaraderie and the entertainment and the tour part of it. So even if you're a little worried, like I don't want to just go on a purely racing thing, like there's so much more to do.
No, the castles, the gardens, like I think talking to Michaela earlier, and I remember talking around Powers Court, and she was like, oh, this is my heaven. Like she's a horse person, and her heaven was this garden, and trust me, go and have a look at it, because it was amazing. Caro, thank you. Diamond Creek got a huge presence in Australia and New Zealand, where I come from as well. It was actually good to see a photo of Brett Coffey back at the races last night. Looked very cold though, didn't he?
Yeah, he did look pretty cold. I'm glad I'm not there, because that looks pretty chilly. He's probably... So actually, the funny thing is I met Brett here, I think in 2016. I met him and his wife, and we didn't really know, myself and the other girl I was with, we didn't know anyone, and it wasn't like as much of an organized tour, so we kind of hung out with Brett and Joe the whole weekend, and then we went on to Stand Stallions with them. So like that just shows you like how you build connections. Like I had never met him before, now I would say we're good friends from across the way. And we've stood Always Be Mickey with them, and Captain Crunch and Pebble Beach, the list goes, Tactical Approach. And so that just shows you right there like the connections you can make, and it makes the world so small. Like you're like, it's so small. It
is, and it's so much fun. Thanks, Caro.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for getting me across here too. Well, you didn't get me across here, but you just made sure I come. So, and we've had a ball. We've shared content, crossover content as well. So thank you very much. Right under Diamond Creek for supporting it as well, because I know without their support, it makes these things a lot harder as well. And all the other sponsors too. Please I don't want to single you guys out, but it's pretty important. So thank you very much for joining me. Look forward to catching you next year.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
If not before.
Yeah, there you go. Who knows? You never know what happens in the next year or so. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.